Welcome to the continuation of the Final Fantasy XIV storyline. The next quest is called A Grave Presentiment. That is how it's pronounced, Presentiment. Just looked it up because it's not a word that I think I may have ever heard before. But what it means is a feeling or foreboding that something, usually unpleasant, is about to happen. Yep, given to us by Thancred in... Ooh, that's a bunch of arrow quests. Or arrow fates, sorry. In the Tertium of Garlemald. Here we go. Cutscene.
The Ilzabard contingent have contained the threat on their front. Things appear to be under control for the time being. Though it remains unclear why the fissures opened up in the first place.
Sorry.
According to Tataru, similar ruptures are occurring across the star.
One thing is clear, however. The phenomenon is not without pattern. The tendency for fissures to emerge is pronounced in regions deeply connected to the void. Places where the barrier between the two worlds is at its thinnest.
Why is the barrier between worlds thinnest, or at least pretty dang thin, in Garlemald? There's a portal, but I thought that takes us to the moon, not a different world. But maybe that's why?
I fear there may be a place in far greater peril than Garlemald.
Urianger got a sudden premonition, or a sudden deduction, maybe?
Though it hath since been sealed, you will recall there is a great void gate that we ourselves had cause to open.
To the first?
A gate which was instrumental in our bid to reunite Vritra with his sister and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
Oh gods. The moon.
That's a coincidence.
With our attention fixed upon planar fissures, I failed to consider this vulnerability.
Stop talking, let's go.
All other paths unto the void are but pinpricks in the veil compared to that great lunar rift.
Was it on the moon that we were... I remember being teleported somewhere and there was this just massive hole that we did eventually go down. Was that for the whole Vritra sister subplot? God, it's been so long. Or it's been long enough.
And that rift might be yawning open as we speak. We'd better hurry.
Let us make for Bestway's Burrow. I dare say the Loporrits are well aware of current events.
It would be surprising. It is surprising that they haven't called you.
We ought to have Kryl join us once she finishes tending to the wounded. I shall likewise contact Y'shtola. Her knowledge of the moon's void gate is second to none.
Graha, by the way, you and Urianger can both heal, as can Alphino. The three of you could speed up. I mean, Alice too, to some extent. I actually remember running a dungeon or two where Alice was the healer. She was a red mage healer. It was strange, but it got the job done. She's an NPC. They're not going to design an NPC to be an absolutely piss poor healer. It was weird, though.
Alphino, Alize, please do what you must to keep our world safe.
There were situations in Final Fantasy XI where Red Mage was an okay healer. Mana permitting, enough mind gear to make your heals better. Refresh gear for the mana purposes. I did it more than once as a Red Mage. Back when you would actually run parties for getting experience points. And you still kind of do, but not as much. It's a lot of soloing opportunities now in that game.
We'll be back before you know it.
A quick word, if you will.
Julius says to me as we're running out.
I'm not sure whether you'll run into Zero during the course of all this, but if you do, would you give this to her?
Don't kiss me. Okay, cool. It's a sack lunch.
Emergency rations, in case of a protracted battle. Can't imagine she's eating all that well in the void.
Oh, it is a sack lunch. Oh my god.
She likes dumplings.
It's a brown paper bag. Oh my god. I look a little bit shocked and then pleased. Give him a smile and a nod. I give him a wave. Start running. Or continue running from when I was stopped. So rudely. We are just in Bestway's burrow. Some Loporrits are running around, dashing or screeching to halts. Alphino trying to get a word.
Doomed, I say.
We're doomed. Mapping Way runs into Urianger. Eyes were closed.
Given thy panicked state, I presume the Loporrits too are beset with Voidsent.
Oh, what sweet relief it is to see you all.
Two other.
Yes, Voidsent. And lots of them. They suddenly came pouring forth from the crater.
Oh, so no, it's not the same thing I was thinking of. It's just the crater with a giant freaking sword sticking out of it still. Wait.
I had dearly hoped to find my worries unfounded.
For some unknown reason, the void gate seems to have partially opened. Living Ray dashed off to activate the brands and halt the fiend's invasion. But she hasn't come back, and we've since lost contact.
I suggest we make for the brands without delay.
I give him a nod, obviously. Let's go. The Scions, including myself, go running back through the massive door. Quest accepted. Okay, sorry. No, there is no giant sword currently in the crater. Burp, 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 burp. There's a beleaguered Loporrit with 2 bombs. Somebody set up us the bomb. Make your time. Bye. More. Oh no. I don't know. I'm getting better at my triple cast usage. I don't know why, but I never really considered it for AoE spells. I'm just dumb that way. Don't worry about it. We aid the beleaguered Loporrit. My valiant savior, I was so frightened I dared not move an ilm. I explain why I'm out here. Oh, you're looking for Living Way? I think I saw her heading southwest towards the drowning brand. She had several slaughter bots in tow, but I worry they won't be enough for all the Voidsent. You'd better hurry. That sound you just heard... Wait. No. That wouldn't have gone off just there. That was a weird sound. But this sound is... my Xenoglossy / foul proc counter, I guess. We found Living Way being beset by 2 floating eyes. They're just floating eyeballs with kind of a grayish, metalish exterior and teeth around the bottom, and a single like lower jaw that is a little bit smaller than the otherwise sphere of the eyeball, but whatever. Hey guys, would you please, I don't know, like die please? Thank you. And that's it. Living way. Aid her. Cutscene. She's shaking, scared.
Saved! I dread to think what would have befallen me if you hadn't intervened. Oh, I was never in any real danger, of course. I knew you would realize our plight and rush to our rescue.
I say something to her.
Atheris is likewise plagued with Voidsent. If only we'd prioritized further development of the Voidsent slaughter bots, we could have stemmed the tide ourselves.
We see some downed robots nearby.
Oh, what a tremendous demonstration that would have been. Irrefutable proof that I was mankind's staunchest ally and the greatest Loporrit to ever live. I can practically taste the praise.
I don't remember her like this.
Fortunately, I was able to activate the brands. Should any more Voidsent emerge from the gate, they ought to be confined to the crater. Unless, of course, the void gate begins to expand of its own accord, or some gargantuan monstrosity tries to barge through. I don't foresee any major problems.
Oh, that sounds like foreshadowing. We saw the camera panned up to these like waving lines of energy and miasma of force field. Yep, that's a roar coming from the crater.
Oh, nope. We're doomed.
There you are.
Raha joins us. As does Y'shtola.
I left the data in Shale's capable hands and teleported here as soon as I heard. And ere you ask, I made sure to bring the key with me.
I wasn't gonna ask. I say something to the both of them. Keep going.
Then the real threat yet awaits us.
'Tis Golbez's domain beyond the Void Gate. I wonder how he and Zero are faring.
We get a flashback of Zero shaking hands with, I guess, Golbez maybe? Waving to us. Goodbye. I get a weird look on my face and reach into my bag. And a soul crystal is glowing. I hold it in my palm. It is matching a glowing energy of the key in
By the
Y'shtola's
12.
hand. The key floats out in between myself and Y'shtola, kind of energy kind of pulsing. That's what that sound is. It's a pulse. Like a sunlight kind of energy and color to it. When it gets closer to me, we have a blinding white light on the screen. Closer to behold the gift of ethos. That was it. Yours is a journey without end, conceived and guided by principle. We are now in a black. Hold fast to what you must and meet your fate without fear. It's just myself, the soul crystal, the key in a black void. Go forth, discover, unite the stars unto one. Let none bar your path. The soul crystal bursts with that energy, that radiant light. key. Oh, from the key, this line of energy shoots out, forms kind of what looks like an eye in the sky, this like circular pattern, kind of almost a sun, and a pathway is lit, like just a rectangular path from myself, my feet, to this sun. They're headed your way. Let them come. Oh. I get a determined look on my face and start walking this path up to the sun gate. And then we start jogging. The sun gate looks like it was surrounded by some clouds too. Pretty cool looking. We burst through. And it looks like we're on the moon, but it's red now. And I see, oh, are we on the void, in the void dimension? There are a bunch of like demons and Voidsent here making their way toward a portal on this moon. A minotaur-like thing spots me and comes my way. I'm sure Zero will save me. We see a slash on the screen, and we see Zero. I remember her being like a Dark Knight Reaper thing, but she's more Paladin right now. She's just dashing and slicing and slashing, and there's another being with a big greatsword, a big humanoid-esque, like bulky, big-stomached.
What are you doing here?
Demon knocks Zero back, but she's totally fine. My options are a visit felt long overdue, or no time to explain. You know, a visit felt long overdue. I missed you. Give her a wave. She stands.
Only you could be so carefree amidst all this.
Not just me. I think Thancred could probably pull it off too.
May as well make yourself useful. The gate's sheer size appears to have made it a tempting target.
We look at a being floating in the sky.
Enuo, a dread Voidsent risen from the benighted depths of the ocean.
This is Golbez. For a while, he was the boss. He was the big bad guy, I'm pretty sure, as part of the whole story with Zero. I really don't remember enough to know why he's on our side now, but probably something, the same thing we said to that other Voidsent in the Malphas, or whatever, how you want to pronounce that name, Malphas, about like trying to turn their world into what it once was, you know, what they remember it to be before all this void and this badness. But Golbez is the one with the giant greatsword, black, and he's called this floating being Enuo, E-Nancy-U-O, a dread Voidsent risen from the benighted depths of the ocean.
They kept to the confines of their domain while Zeromus endured. No longer, it would seem.
Some of these names, now that I've played 12, like Zeromus was one of the, I can't remember what they're called, Aeons or Summons or whatever they were called in that game. It's only been like a month or two since I played it, but I still don't remember what they were called. Whatever. And then Golbez is basically like this thick boy walking armor thing. Like a black, purple, dark motif. A crown on his head.
And once they had discovered a path to the Red Moon, they wasted no time in making the journey.
I see a red moon rising. Some more mini portals.
Leave the Voidsent nearby to us. You take care of Enuo.
I guess less portals and more like blinking into existence. I pat my chest a couple times like, I got this.
Facing this many foes calls for a more familiar approach.
Is she gonna go Reaper style? She holds her sword in front of her, kind of like praying to it a bit. She starts to glow with this light energy. I gasp. She thrusts the sword into the ground. It becomes a long scythe. She flashes it around. She gets her black tricorn hat, the Reaper hat.
Voidsent can change their form at will. Both light and darkness are mine to wield.
She's got her familiar, darker, purplish outfit of Reaperness.
Besides, what better to purge darkness from the void than darkness itself?
I don't know, light purges dark pretty well. But it's fine, you do you. She leaps into the air and comes down with an AoE slash. Golbez does the same. I think they'll be fine. We see, instead of our normal colored Earth, we see that their dark kind of purple void planet. And
who dares face me? A mere mortal.
Alright, so describe this guy. Humanoid, muscles on the arms, floating robes. He is floating in the sky, maybe a football field above us. Has a red staff. Looks kind of like it's made of bone. Maybe the bottom of the staff could be kind of like a sword blade. At the top of the staff, there are two black, like shrunken kind of faces, like open in screams, and it has a kind of like a bident instead of a trident, just two prongs. His head has red horns, like one on each side. The one on his right side is just kind of straight out to the side, and the left one curls up and kind of above his head. Purple robes, a yellow kind of apron in the front with another smaller red kind of sash tied around his waist that is also flailing down by the robes. Clawed fingers. He's got tendrils floating from his back as well, kind of purplish. I would say like octopus-like, but without the suckers on him. But he's also seems to have that same kind of tendrils or whatever limbs or what are they called? What are the octopuses? I just call them arms, but what? But like that same material seems to be wrapped around his torso several times, as if maybe he could like expel it from his torso and have an even longer, whatever, tentacle, whatever. Yeah, well, that's good enough for now. Who dares face me, a mere mortal?
Hast thou come in search of power? Renown?
Renown?
I fight to end this world without end. All who stand before me shall fall.
A portal is opened behind him. This one's swirling blue dark energy. Several portals around me are lit up, shooting their beams into the sky. That blue-black portal surrounds himself, the entire small area that we are in, and the unmaking is now accessible. I shall watch a video of this, and I'll do it today. Yeah, it's only 2 p.m. I got off work a little bit early because my dog's home alone and work was really slow, so. For now, I thank you for watching. When he was like starting to summon the portal and things were just about to get to this point, it sounded like they were playing some kind of like 8-bit music behind it. But, no. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will be right back. Can we do this with duty support? No. It's not a raid, it would be a trial, right? Yeah. Item level 755 is required. The previous one, Hell on Rails, by the way, was 745, so that's a decent jump. And then the dungeon we just did, the Clydium, I'm gonna call it, not the whatever, was 750. Maybe a month or two, a month or two ago, I made myself every slot for every job that is currently level 100. Every slot is either 770, made by me, the Courtly Lovers gear, or 780 or 770 that I purchased with pneumatics or whatever. So we're good to go for a while, probably all the way up until the expansion in the next expansion in January, but I don't actually know that for sure. They might add more stuff. I would assume, we'll see, but I would assume that since the Clydium dropped 765 gear and was 755 required, 745 required, this one being 755 required, I think it's going to drop 770, but it could be 775, and that'd be kind of cool. But I don't know if I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it. Anyway, we'll see you soon. Until next time, bye bye for now. Next time being like 15 minutes from now.